Hey, I'm John Greaves III. I'm the co-founder of Garage Gym Life. I'm here at the Hyperice booth. Legit, no sponsor, anything. This is one of my favorite brands. I use their products all of the time in my own training. But I hear from you guys all the time, like, but does that stuff really work? And so that's why I've got my guy Jason here with Hyperice, and he's gonna take us through some of the ways that Hyperice helps you recover. See what I did there? Helps you recover your athleticism and get back in the gym to doing what it is you wanted to do. All right, so Jason, what do you want to show me?
Well, look, I want to give you guys a bit of an overview in terms of who Hyperice are as a business. We're a wellness technology company, started in 2010, and our aim ultimately in the beginning of our sort of journey was to help athletes move and recover faster to be able to go and perform as optimally as they can. The court, the pitch, the track, or wherever that might be, right? Obviously, over the years, as you all know, this sort of technology is coming into more mainstream gyms and people using it at home, and our people are ultimately a lot more educated on how to use these sorts of products. So for us, you know, we're seeing this sort of category growing at quite a strong pace. But yeah, it'd be great to show you some of our technologies and what we've got new and what's the journey we're going on as a brand.
Heck yeah! All right, what do you want to show me first?
Let's go down to the end.
Okay.
So like for us, a lot of the different technologies that we have, they are obviously being used in the homes, but obviously they're being used in gyms and home gyms as well. So what we started to also create is pieces of equipment like this, where you can keep our products charged. They're on a stand, they're visibly
Oh, this is a charging station?
This is a charging station.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, so with this one, you've got 3 of our Hypervolt 3 Pros, which is our percussive devices, so massage guns more widely known. This also holds 2 of our vibrating foam rollers, which is called the Viper 3. So, you know, as you know, in a fitness world, massage guns and the foam rollers, which has been around for many, many years, adding the vibration ultimately increases the blood circulation by 10 to 15% more than a standard foam roller. So in a fitness environment, this is a really popular piece of kit. Keeps everything nicely charged, keeps everything on a nice stand, keeps it tidy and neat. But we're also seeing this in people putting them in home gyms that have maybe a bigger setup.
So I'll tell you this, right? One thing I hear from people all the time is like, yeah, well, massaging just make you feel better. The one population group that I never hear that kind of stuff from, though, is strength athletes, specifically powerlifters, right? So if I take one of your massage guns to a powerlifting meet, immediately I'm the most popular person there, right? The thing that they a lot of times have questions about, though, because these are strong people, is what's your stall force like as they start to press down on it? Because sometimes they're knotted up. You know, these are like guys who like deadlifting, squatting over 700 pounds. They're like, man, I need something that can really get into the knots right there. So what's the...
so you've got a 90-watt motor on this product. It's got an incredible amount of stall force, so you'll be able to feel it. This is a brand new gun of ours. We actually only launched this last week, so you actually turn it to go through the different speeds. So this is our most powerful version, Hypervolt 3 Pro. Comes with 5 different headed, and that's always everyone says with our product. Super quiet, has quiet glide technology, which is, you know, a patented piece of technology that Hyperice have created. Hence why all the reviews that we ever have, we're always the one that stays at the top when it comes to the quietness. But this is as powerful as any other gun on the market, which also comes with that quiet aspect as well, which is really key for us.
And I was pressing really, really hard. It didn't cut off. I was like, so that's
and with this one, like I said, this actually came out last week. So we launched the brand new 3 version. So it comes with a case, it comes with multiple head attachments, also a heated head attachment, which is a really cool aspect in that.
I like that. Okay.
So that's for us, this is probably from the wider ranging demographic. They understand massage guns, they understand the use. I think what people sort of tend to put us in the category of is recovery. We're actually a lot more than recovery. You know, a lot of people are using our product as a pre-activation tool, pre-workout, as well as a recovery tool. But now, because everyone is a little bit more educated on how to be looking after their bodies, they're using it as a general body maintenance tool as well. I might not be training today, but I still need to keep my body in order.
I still need to go up and down the stairs.
Yeah, exactly. General people, right? You don't have to be working out. It's still good for them.
Nice. Okay. All right. So what else you got?
So then we've got one of the things actually on the side here, which is really cool to show you, is our Venom 2 back. So this is heat and vibration.
I fell in love with that yesterday.
So let me show you. If you put it on, I'll give you a bit of a demonstration.
Oh yeah. I didn't use it. I changed my mind. I didn't use it yesterday. You never used it before, right? Never in my life.
So with this one, it's heat and vibration. So perfect for pre-activation. Perfect for people that suffer with sort of tightness in the lower back. You feel that light vibration.
Immediately,
And then the heat goes up to 95 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's super hot, but great for people that pre-workout, maybe people that have worked out and then suffer with maybe tightness in that lower back region. I suffer with lower back problems. Usually in the morning, I'll stick this on, I'll walk around the house, carry on doing what I'm doing. I'm ready to go about my day as well.
Yeah, so the one thing, so we're here at HFA 2026, and we're on concrete floors. Yes, it's carpeting, but this is still concrete floors,
Yeah.
right? And that travels up your body and into your lower back.
Walking around all day.
Yeah. And so immediately I start feeling the relief right there.
Yeah, exactly.
My brother is having some back issues right now, and he specifically said, "Hey, do you know of anything that's got like something you can just put on your back?" And I said, "Well, it's Hyperice has a Venom, but I've never tried it, so now I can tell them how this feels." Yeah.
Do you know what's really good about this is the wearable aspect, right? If you look at a lot of our products, you sort of got to stop what you're doing to be able to use them. With this, you wrap this around you, you go and sort the kids out in the morning, you got to go and get your breakfast in the morning, you do whatever you need to do, doesn't stop you from carrying on. So this is why this has been a super popular product, but it is one of them products that I feel like some people have to try it to really feel the impact. So
I'm telling you, this thing, it feels amazing. It feels like I'm standing here, somebody's like rubbing my back.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I like this. One other application, that I just thought of is women who are going through that time of the month.
You spot on. Yeah,
right?
We had a lot of people
flip it around to the front. I think so. This might be
that sort of pain relief aspect. Yeah, a lot of people use it for the female audience. Yeah.
What's the battery life for this? Because you said
so
you
it
can wear
depends.
it all
Obviously, it's the heating element. If you have that on top heating element, and you also have that constant vibration, it runs on a 15-minute cycle.
Okay.
But then you're probably looking, you'll get about 40 minutes worth of battery on full heat and constant vibration. Naturally, as you decrease that, the battery will go longer.
All right. Well, I can't think of any other questions, so I can prolong how long I have this on.
No worries.
I stalled as long as I could, but let's go on to the next thing.
There we go.
Awesome. That's dope. I love that.
I think one of the next ones we'll go on to is probably one of our more exciting innovations, and that's the collaboration with Nike.
That's pretty exciting. So if it's better than that, let's go.
So we've been working on a product with Nike for probably the last, now probably up to 3 years. About 3 years ago, we started the innovation aspect.
Okay.
We've always had a very close relationship with Nike. A lot of the athlete ambassadors that we've had and investors in our brand have been Nike athletes.
Okay.
So we started working on, how do we start to create an on-the-go recovery tool for your feet, right? So we've got some of our Normatec compression products and the technology we have in there, the heat product that you just tried with the Venom 2 back. Now we've incorporated it into a Nike shoe.
So this one I actually am familiar with just from seeing it before because I'm a fan of the Washington Commanders and I saw Jaden Daniels with it on.
That's it.
So I've seen it, but I've never actually put it on. My wife had a chance to check it out, but I never did.
What size are you?
11.
11. Okay, let's have a look. We've got
whatever size that is my size. That's it.
We've got probably this one will probably be this should work for you. Yeah.
All right.
Just do on your left, so you can feel the difference between one and the other foot.
Sit down.
Sit down here.
Okay.
Take off your shoe for your left foot.
Okay.
There you go. Put it in there.
I feel like Cinderella.
It fits. Yeah. There we go. So we just wrap around these straps here.
That already feels good. You need to turn it on. Just the how it's snug and it grabs you.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the start. We haven't even got there yet. So what we're going to do now is when we turn the product on, it goes into a walking mode.
Okay.
So it is a shoe you can walk around and use on the daily, right? You don't have to be sat down. You don't have to be in the house. You can go down to the store, do whatever you need to do in the day wearing this shoe.
Okay.
And when you're doing that, you just press the on button here. That now goes into a walking mode. So what you're feeling now is that's starting to compress against your foot. It's fitting to your foot.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's like Marty McFly.
Okay. Yeah.
So what we're seeing here is that's compressing to your foot. It's fitting to your foot for you to go and use it as a normal shoe.
Okay.
We're not doing any treatment right now. Then I'm like, okay, I might be sitting down now. I might want to go into a treatment mode. I can then set my heat level.
Okay.
I can set my compression level, and I can press the play button at the back. Now that's going to go into a compression cycle. Using the same technology as Normatec, we're now putting that into a shoe. You've got two compression.
It's like a foot massage.
Exactly. You've got two zones, one at the top and one at the bottom. And those are going to work simultaneously. They'll compress, they'll decompress. And what we're ultimately doing is we're increasing the fluid movement around the joints of the foot, which is ultimately going to give you more mobility around the ankle and the foot joints.
Yeah, that's what I was feeling right there. I was like, it makes sense it's a high top now because I could feel it like tractioning my ankle.
Yes, exactly that.
I like that.
And then obviously you've got that heat element that's going on around the Achilles and the ankle as well.
Oh yeah, that feels great.
So I've got that on level 1 heat. So
yeah, that's amazing.
That's enough for now.
That's amazing.
So great, again, a lot of people using it as a pre-activation, pre-workout. If you play some sort of sports, it's great to work on your use before. You can obviously walk to wherever you're going, use it wherever you're going to, and then take it off and put your cleats on or your workout shoes.
Oh yeah.
And then you're a little bit more ready to then start working out.
So this is, I can think of 2 applications right away. First of all, my wife does triathlons.
Okay.
So we already talked about finding her a solution for after the day competition is done for the day.
Yeah.
Normally she has to wait till she gets home to do a foot massager, right?
Yeah.
Because after you bike and then run, 5 kilometers, your feet are tired,
Of course,
right?
yeah.
And you're running on the road, so there's the asphalt pounding and all that.
Yeah.
So with this, she could have it on. We could have it in the car waiting for her. She just gets in the car and starts the recovery process right away.
Or in between, let's say you're a track athlete and you've got different rounds in the day, you can shove these on between rounds, right?
Oh.
So you're keeping that active on-the-go recovery and activation throughout the day if you've got multiple activations through the day.
Yeah, and then I compete in powerlifting, so that's a long day. You squat, you bench, you deadlift, and you see universally, like I was saying, like a powerlifting meet, what you see at the end of a meet, everybody is in like some sort of flip-flop or slide because your feet have been in these lifting shoes all day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this right here puts slides out of business.
And you talk about that strength athlete, right?
Yeah.
That, especially squatting, how much mobility you need around your ankle joints.
Oh, heck yeah,
right?
Just
and how stiff they can get in between rounds and stuff. So actually being able to use something like this and have that in your workout bag, be able to pull that out and put that on, it's like it's like a blessing, right?
So we mentioned the Nike athletes, and I'm thinking about like some of the heavyweights who, like they weigh more, but they also tend to have wider feet.
Yeah.
So do these shoes come in like different widths to accommodate?
So they are quite a wide shoe anyway because they have that compression aspect that fits to the foot.
Okay.
It's naturally a wider shoe.
Okay.
The sizes we go up to it goes from a small to a medium, a large, and all the way up to an XXL.
Okay.
So they go group sizing. So as you can see here, like an XL is a 12.5 to 14, 14 to 15.5. So yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
So it goes up.
Size 15.
And that's XL. We got another size above that as
well.
well.
Wow.
An XXL.
Okay.
So you've got the likes of like LeBron, for instance.
Yeah.
Who is a Nike athlete who uses the Hyperice products a lot anyway, and he was one of the first guys to get his hands on the shoes. He's a big fan.
Nice. Yeah. I'm a big fan too. All right.
Yeah, it's a cool product, right?
We better take this off. I'm gonna fall asleep right here.
No worries.
Yeah.
There we go. You just take that off.
And all of these are available right now?
They are all available at hyperice.com, So you can purchase any of these products, get delivered to your house within 3 or 4 days, and you can start recovering.
Something else that I really like about the Hyperice products and why I became such a huge fan of them is because they are health savings account eligible. So you can use your health savings account funds. At the end of the year, everybody always has surplus money or whatever. You can use it on these products. So I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, what else you got?
One of probably our most popular, our sort of hero product in the range is our Normatec product. So Normatec was an acquisition we made back in 2020, and this is ultimately our dynamic air compression system. Probably more widely known as like lymphatic drainage is ultimately what we're doing here. With this system, it uses air compression, starts in your foot and it works through these different zones. And ultimately what we're trying to do is we're trying to create a direction of travel for your lymphatic system. We want to flush out all that unoxygenated blood, all them bad toxins that we don't need in the legs. We want to try and flush all of that out. So during the compression phase, we're flushing. When it decompresses, because we're constricting the blood circulation, when it decompresses, the body thinks, right, I need to shove loads of blood back into that area of the body. And that blood is rich of oxygen. The oxygen is ultimately what the muscles repair on. So by keeping the oxygen levels super high in the blood, means that you're keeping your recovery speed at its highest level as well. And you're speeding up your recovery process. So you can go the next day, you wake up, you're fresher, you're ready to go again. The other great thing is it's increasing your mobility. So by keeping the blood levels high and the increase of blood circulation high, you're helping the mobility, your range of motion be a lot better, straight coming out of the boot. So you can use this. People always sort of see this as a recovery tool, but actually I'm seeing a lot more people using it as like a pre-activation. Because by increasing blood circulation, we're getting your body more primed to then go and work out in whatever, if it's just going out on your daily walk, or if that's you powerlifting or working out hard in the gym. It's a really good pre-activation tool as well as a recovery tool.
So I have a pair of these at the house, and I'll say that one thing I love most about them is that I had the previous version where you had like the hoses and you had to figure out. You feel like I feel like
now
I'm giving birth to an alien baby. Now
it's all
they're completely independent. It's Bluetooth, and I'm a huge fan of it.
Yeah, this just makes your life a lot easier, right? I always thought when we brought these out, I was like, how time consuming is it having a hose and controls? I've got lazy.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
These are my best friend now.
I'm telling you, put it on. The only problem I've ever had is falling asleep while I have them on. Because again, it does the thing with the ankle. It's like, oh, it just feels amazing.
Yeah, it feels good.
Especially after squats. Yeah, I love it.
This is like probably one of our hero products, but it's become super popular. A lot more people are educated on how compression therapy can really help in terms of performance and in terms of recovery.
Right.
So yeah, for us, we're seeing a lot more people having these in their homes, as well as having them in commercial gyms, in even hotels now. We're seeing a lot of hotels starting to add wellness technology for their guests to use in their rooms. So for us, it's just becoming a wider demographic of people coming into contact with these.
So these are amazing. The thing is that you got to kind of lay down there, right? So two of your products that I do actually have is I've got the Normatec Goes, and when we were flying out here, I actually wore them on the way here. So just for the sake of people who may not know, be familiar with it, let's check those out.
Let's do that. Yeah, let me show you. So these are the Normatec Goes. Yeah, so these are what you obviously just referred to.
Yeah.
We just talked about our full compression system, which is our full leg system. This is our, as it says on the box, our on-the-go option, right? So as you can see, super flat packed. You can put that in your backpack. You can take that with you, even easy to carry.
Bag.
Exactly. And then you can just pull that out, it goes onto your calves. It has double the compression to what the standard Normatec is, because obviously we're only targeting the calf area. We still want to get that flush with your lymphatic system. So by having 200 millimeters of mercury instead of 110 millimeters of mercury, we're able to create that full flush through the lymphatic system. Says still 7 levels of compression, still has that super impact that the full leg system has. Obviously cheaper price point, and obviously a lot more portable.
Yeah, and you can control it. Another thing I forgot to mention is you can control all of these with your phone.
Correct, through the app, through the Hyperice app. And the Hyperice app's a free resource, it doesn't cost to download it. And as you say, it has loads of educational content in terms of how to use our products. Because I think what we've learned over the years is the demographic of customers really widening. People aren't as familiar with these products, but they understand they need them, but they may be a little bit cautious around how do I get the best out of them, how do I not hurt myself. So the app really gives you that education in terms of making sure you're using them correctly and getting the best out of them.
Now, one final product that I did get a chance to try once, and this is my sneaky way of trying it again, is something that I would be able to pair with this, and that is the hips. So for powerlifters, if you compete in powerlifting and equip powerlifting, or you're familiar with squat briefs, it feels kind of like you're putting on a pair of squat briefs, but it feels so much better. So can we check out the hips?
Of course we can. So Normatec Elite Hips. So as we talked about earlier, we have the Normatec full leg system, where the control unit was built into the legs. We've recently then mirrored that same process, but in the hip attachment. So we've had the hips for a little while, in terms of the Normatec 3, the hosed system. We've now brought it out, which is a wireless version. So as you were saying earlier, it makes your life so much easier. Now the hips, as you said, so many people love the hip attachment because it really hits that area of the body which I suffer with tight hips on a daily basis. It really increases that mobility around the hips, really eases up your glutes and your lower and your upper and lower hamstrings, and also into that lower back region as well. So it's using the same technology our Normatec product does, compression therapy, 2 different zones that target, like I say, lower back all the way down through to the quads and hamstrings. And it's all exactly the same sort of modality of technology as the Normatec. It's really trying to increase range of motion. It's trying to increase that blood circulation and also flushing out the lymphatic system.
So I mean, it's really easy to put on once I saw it. You like kind of step into it. You step into it, pull it up, and then it extends all the way down to here, and then I will say that I guess you could walk around with it on, but I had zero desire to.
I don't think.
I just want to lay here and enjoy the moment.
So as it starts to really compress, it's probably gonna reduce your range of motion if you're walking, but it'll improve.
But it feels so good. It
feels great.
So if anybody is interested in grabbing any of these products that we mentioned today, or checking out the other Normatec products, we haven't even scratched the surface. Where would be the best place for them to go to check it out?
So in terms of our website, will be the best place. It has all the right information. It has the full range of all of our products at hyperice.com.
Okay. You guys sell on Amazon as well,
We sell on Amazon too. So hyperice.com or Amazon will be the best two places to purchase any of our products. And we've got so much education on there around why choose Hyperice, why our products, what they do, the benefits, etc.
Awesome. I appreciate it, man.
No
this was
worries.
awesome. Thanks a lot,
John,
man.
thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.